With your host Phil X Contreras, where we're going to talk about Solana NFTs and NFTs in general, and it's a little bit of Ordinals. What's going on? Merry Christmas! A lot has been going on again. Solana has been rising to the top. I didn't see this coming before Christmas, but yeah, here we are. We have our Christmas present with Solana being at 116, 117, even reaching at 125, ranging there right now. It's been nuts. And let's get on with what's going on in NFTs, man. We really got to see what's happening here with the Degens. Now, if you haven't heard yet, Urcon has been doing some things for his community. He has been doing some stuff for Degen Factory, which has been probably existing for maybe a year and a half here and there. What's going on, Zircon? Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. And and Urcon has been doing this teaser about this token called DGN, which is a code word for Degen. And Degen has been basically now in a trend with the Solana community, just a little bit here and there, but you can see that it's brewing up. And we talked about this last week. I got some Degen NFTs and it has already 2x, which I didn't see that happen quickly, but uh the trend has been the degen token, and there's a lot involved in this. I basically said that Urcon has this how would I say, this magic of being a great engager in Twitter. He, ever since he started talking about degen, he has been finding these techniques on how to get the community involved with degen token, how to get Solana involved. He's been doing teasers of airdrops on different NFT communities. The biggest one of them all has been, you guessed it, the Saga phone that has actually gone viral. Degen Factory to airdrop Degen to Solana Mobile Saga holders, and that kind of exploded on everybody. So a lot of people are now looking into this, saying, "What the hell is this Degen token?" All I can say is that it looks cool. Last year, this was my biggest statement, was that this is like the only token out there, and probably in any tokens out there, that looks really cool. But overall, you can probably see the price action. We'll look at that later on how the Degen NFT is doing, and you can definitely see it already moving. Like we have Solana going up, and we have all these NFTs in the red, and somehow the Degen factory has been still trending upwards, which is insane. And you can see it in the USD actual chart, instead of the Solana chart, because there has been a huge changer in what's going on with Solana and USD as far as NFTs. So um, he says we will close deposits for Degen on Friday the 29th at 8 p.m. So it seems like I guess at this point there could be some how would I say, some, I don't want to say, basically, if on Friday you could see a drop in the NFT. That's usually what happens in these type of things when there's a time and deadline. I mean, we kind of sort of with pilots, title pilots, you see that over and over again. But I think there's probably going to be more involved with Degen token after the 29th. For me personally, I have two of them. One for trading when these things do happen, and one for the longer term on what else they could do, possibly do, and then we'll see what happens from there. So that's basically what's been happening. That's the updates on with the Degen community, Degen factory, and Mr. Urcon. So we'll see where that goes. Now, as far as what's happening with Solana and tokens, this is NFT Doctor basically saying a good advice. He is saying, Doc's advice, there's so much liquidity in the market at the moment. And if an NFT collection is pumping out of nowhere and being pushed to you on Twitter, it is potentially a pump and dump. Be careful. Although you can make money if you are early, you will most likely be dumped on. All right. So right here, what he's saying is there's a lot of new NFTs coming into play. I mean, for me, I have made a watch list with NFTs, project founders that have been here in the bear market building. Those I kind of put on the side. I don't think this is what this is basically talking about. Basically, all these random NFTs that come out of nowhere, try and take liquidity in Solana. They're coming. You can already see out there, coming in the bull market and trying to take as much liquidity as you can. And that's one thing to be aware of. Now, as far as some, some small news out there, General Soul throws this out there, and I just want to throw it here because this could be something, and you just don't know. But basically, he says, I don't usually get this excited about mint. There's a mint. All right. It's ZK verse. All right. I personally went on Phantom and I clicked this. I put the referral code. You can use his referral code. I do have my own, but General Soul threw this out there, so I might as well just sell General Soul's actual code. His code is right here, 6F490B72AF. If you visit airdrop.zkverse.gg, from there you can see the fragment airdrop, and there's a game called Play Their First Game Risk, like crash and try to get more fragments, lose them all. Don't worry, plenty more ways to get them down the road. Um, Basically, start accumulating these. You just don't know how this is gonna happen. ZK Verse is definitely one mint that seems like it's brewing up in Solana, and an actual project that is trying to build, not one of those hype ones where like they just die out of nowhere. So something to definitely look into for the next mint on Solana. Now, here's something interesting happening. Soul Sniper XYZ. So you have these different platforms on Solana, and these platforms also, some of them have Bitcoin and Ethereum NFTs here and there. But Soul Sniper has been one of the first ones on Solana, completely building, and they haven't stopped in the bear market either. You have Tensor, you have Magic Eden, and Soul Sniper is one definitely in there that has been building all these different tools, and they threw out something that's quite crazy, I would say. He says here, Jared, I have been DM'd 20 times from this out. If you remove fees, how do you make money? Well, if you think the team would make this a big decision without not having an answer sheet, we are free to use platform, non-token gated. I like that. I like when things are non-token gated. One of the biggest things about Play the Heist, and I love games. I love games. Is that they're token gated. They're NFT gated. You have to have an NFT to play it. I don't know how 10,000 or 5,000 people, how you can scale with just that. I mean, I honestly think that if you're a free to use platform, that you would grow exponentially. So just to continue to use the best tools on Solana to get the best price, double up the rewards for free with zero fees. Okay, so the big news here is that they basically made this for free, and dude, this is gonna be awesome if this works out. So in about maybe like 10 minutes, I'm gonna show you how the website looks like, so you could check it out and try to use it. But yeah, a lot of people are excited about this. This is not like what's that one thing called? Yeehaw? I think it's called Yah. They basically did create a royalty at zero. That is different. This is more on the marketplace being zero. So it's really cool to see. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see what the strategy is here and how they're going to make money on their platform. So, all right. So on to the next thing. All right, we have Bitcoin Ordinals still growing. They've done a lot of things. They first grew up with they grew up with Bitcoin Frogs, which was an insane growth, an insane community. Then they grew up OMBs, which was another big community move. A lot of big whales got into that one. I was trying to get in that one. And then you had bitmaps that also grew exponentially. A lot of people got in there early. Now you have these tokens, BRC 20 tokens, whatever you want to call them. They are, I don't want to say they're the next big thing, but they're one of those things that are just like, kind of new, catching on Bitcoin ordinals and the whole community. You have Ordi, which is one of them. You have these other ones right here. Where's this other one that he threw out there? You have Zero XBT, which is kind of affiliated with BitGod. You have Track, and you have Sats and Sats, obviously. and the US. If with Ethereum, it's almost like US and France. It's a little bit different vibe. It's like you're not friends, but you're not enemies, but you're like frenemies. And I don't know, just one of those things. All right, so Sol has pumped to 100, 24. It's the shorts were liquidated. It was interesting to watch. And you have Sol also running too, as Invest Answers has said. I'm not even, I'm not subscribed to him. And you can see right here everything. Like I was saying, Ari, Atlas. Atlas was one of them. You have Orca, you have Piff, Bonk. How did I miss Bonk? Bonk was definitely one of them as well. So everything follows Solana in the Solana ecosystem, just like what I was talking about with Ordinals ecosystem. If Ordinals does well, what will happen? Ordinals ecosystem tokens, coins will do well as well. All right, so here's another type of big news right here that makes me think, makes a lot of people think, starts a lot of controversy, starts civil wars. I don't even want to talk about it. I could get censored for this, but screw it, I gotta talk about it. All right, so here it says you guys think that the gods youths are bridging over and over again because they are capitulating, but actually we're just farming more. Oh, but overall, okay. So the big thing is Frank the Gods, is he coming back to Solana? And is it right to come back to Solana? All right, so there's a lot of Solana Degens that do not like Frank. There's a lot of Solana Degens that do like Frank. Believe it or not, there are a lot, and I'm one of them. I truly enjoy watching Frank the Gods build. I think he was one of the greatest minds in Solana, and he had to do what he had to do for his community. And to be frank, I was in that community as well. When Solana fell, the only thing holding my backs was Frank the God's team with the gods and Newts. That's literally the only thing that held my backs. I mean, I have a Solana Monkey business there as well, and that's been one PFP. But overall, this one project, they kept building and they tried to save the community, and they did save the community, held that same wealth while everything else was down. And then overall, they moved to Polygon, which I was not frankly used to. So I sold my Utes at a good high price. And then I was able to buy more NFTs. And then from there, I was able to grow more because of what Frank did with his community, saving the actual value of that community. And you could go another route. Yes, that's true. But look at the other option as well. I mean, Solana NFT communities, they survived, yeah, but then some did not. Look at Bunjo's community. Bunjo, the Lily, it didn't survive. They died. So each route has its pros and cons, but you can never say, Frank the Gods did not, do anything in Solana. He did what was right, what he believed was for the community, and same thing with the community. So, and they're still here. That's the thing, and they're still building. So I am more than welcome to have Frank the Gods come back with open arms. If he brings the Gods back, great. If he brings the Utes back, great. If he doesn't bring neither, and if his team creates a new Solana NFT, I actually am more excited if that happens than to bring those other projects back. So we'll see where that goes, and to all the best with what happens there. But yeah, for sure, love the project, love the community. We'll see where that goes. All right, so Pepe has been a big controversy. He has been called a hate symbol from Coinbase. And this thing has been brewing up. It's been trending on Twitter. And a lot of people have spoken about this. They're deleting Coinbase because of this. I don't know where to stand from this. I never really got into Pepe. But I can understand where they're coming from and how crypto is more of like a free type of um vibe, and seems like Coinbase is starting to become more corporate from what it looks like, to where they have to be more careful of what they add. So we'll definitely see what happens there if Coinbase finally succumbs and submits to the Pepe coin. We'll find out eventually on that whole battle. So all right, Magic Eden. And let's talk about this a little bit. We talked about Bitcoin Ordinals, and we talked about Bitmap and how Bitmap grew, right? Now we have this new thing called Open Solmap, which has came out on Solana. And what is Open Solmap? All right, so let's talk about that a little bit with Magic Eden. Introducing Open Solmap, a way to represent block space ownership on Solana. What is it? For the first time ever, ownership on Solana history is now possible through Solmap. Each plot contains 1,000 slots of transaction history and is visually represented. Think of Solmap as digital real estate. By owning a plot, holders can develop whatever they like. So, we are, however, committed to supporting the Solmap community by releasing the best experience for you and blah 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 blah. So basically, you can create a metaverse here on Solmap. You can make a headquarters here. You can make anything. Think of it as what's the sandbox? If you look at the sandbox is like the perfect example of what something could be and could look like. People are building on their games, all this stuff, and there's a lot of lands that are really valuable. That's what's happening right now with Soul Maps. And same thing happened with Bitmap. Bitmap was this thing in Bitcoin Ordinals, and it exploded. People are trying to build on top. Even the Gods headquarters is basically on that. And the other thing about it is that it's also by inscription level. So with Soul Maps, there is a lot. I think like 200. Yeah, it says 230 supply. And with Bitcoin Ordinals, the biggest thing is the sub 10k inscriptions. You know, if you have one of the sub 10ks, you basically have a very valuable plot. And is Soul Maps going to be the same thing? I don't know, but for me, I personally got some open Soul Maps. I got the sub 10k one, and a lot of people are definitely for some reason in this belief that Soul Map could be something if it does build. You have Jay Burst here, who says whales are accumulating a process that you paper hand it under one soul. Uh, I think he's talking about Soul Map, and a lot of people are talking, and a lot of people believe the same thing. And some people are throwing other NFT collections here, but yeah, see, like Soul Map probably. So we have HG Soul also basically saying last time I bought an NFT on Solana was 300 plus malats on the 1000, which was pretty good. Today I bought some NFTs on Solana again. They are under 0.5 Sol. What is he talking about? He's also talking about Solmap. Now, I'm not here trying to shill Solmaps. I'm just trying to basically explain why these people are talking about this and what is to come of it if it does develop. You know, you have this guy also saying um, this thing was ridiculous as far as like how he couldn't, get into Soul Maps. I Same thing with me. I couldn't buy anything at that time. I was trying to buy a Soul Map on that day, and it was impossible. I couldn't do it on Tensor. I couldn't do it on Magic Eden. It felt like the good old Solana days where mint was impossible and buying after mint was impossible. And supposedly they fixed it, but I don't think it's ever gonna get fixed when you have the bull run. This guy says the soul maps thing was crazy. I don't think it was bots. You know, he just thinks it was just because there was so much crap going on. But overall, this thing exploded, and you have Sharfu Monkey basically saying 4,000 Solana, probably like 10,000 now, has been raised for builders that are going to start building on open soul map. So think about it. There's already a fund being developed for these builders on this thing. And then this guy, NFT Doctor, says people who are fading soul map learn nothing from Bitmap. This is exactly what I was talking about. Soul map is on a Dex. For like this whole week, it's just been insane. Solana just topping Ethereum every day, and then it hit the 7 day. It was insane. I couldn't believe it. Heck, even it doubled. It doubled the liquidity at one point, which was kind of hilarious to see. And I'm just amazed at how much it just happened so quick. People thought that would never happen, to be honest. People laughed in Ethereum saying that Solana would never flip Ethereum in anything. And you just saw an example of what just happened. Now, as far as market cap, will it ever actually flip it? I don't know. But could it potentially happen? It has happened many times in crypto before. For the past since 2014, it's just been different coins up there here and there. It could happen, but we just don't know. So uh, Phantom has released a beta version of Bitcoin into their wallet. This is an awesome news. I definitely enjoy this because I've been using Phantom all my life, and not all my life, but Phantom has finally integrated Bitcoin. If you go into Phantom and you see it, you can start seeing some these cool things here. Oh, this is just awesome. Zero XBT sats. I mean, just beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Personally, I am not a fan of what's that called? Universe Bitcoin wallet. It's just so just old, man. I just don't enjoy it. But having that is awesome. You can see Phantom definitely being like Magic Eden and trying to get all these different coins into the wallet. And just check it out for sure. It's just awesome stuff to see what Phantom's doing here. And I mean, you can see it here in this video. It's orange, and boom. All right, so we're not gonna watch that whole trailer, but one thing that is definitely going to be interesting is what Gumshoe said here on Twitter. He said, if these guys do an airdrop, it's literally game over. And I'm not lying, it's game over. If Phantom does a freaking airdrop, it's definitely over. Just imagine all the hype. This is a bigger hype than any token airdrop out there. This is beyond Jupiter. This is Jupiter plus Bonk plus everything. If Phantom does an airdrop, over. It's gonna be all over Twitter. It's gonna hit the media. It's gonna be crazy. Not even if Magic Eden throws a token, it's not gonna be like Phantom. Phantom was always here. If it does happen, awesome. But anyways, let's get to the charts and see what's going on because this is quite crazy. I would say definitely needs to be seen right here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, so here we have the charts. Boom. If you can see it, yep, you can see it. Beautiful. All right, so here you have all the reds. I am so happy to finally see reds. I've been hating looking at this tensor trade chart and seeing on my watch list everything in the green, but finally we have all this beautiful red where I can finally start seeing what I can shop for. And you have a lot of projects. You have Saga Pass, finally back down at point 30. They've exploded. These freaking things exploded. I don't know. That is definitely not Saga Pass. What just happened there? Yeah, I don't know what just happened there. I'm in US dollars. So and I'm usually never in US dollars. I just been in US dollars today because of the huge Solana explosion. So it's been quite crazy watching it. So but yeah, even on here, you can see how much it has changed. It went all the way to 1.50, and this is because of the whole airdrop season that happened with Saga. And I've been waiting for this thing to go back down to 30 because every time something happens with Saga, these things always shoot up. And I told myself when it got down to like point 12 that I was gonna buy one again, just leave it alone. But I have to know that this could take a long freaking time because this is all the way in July and it went all the way till December. So this could last for 6 months till nothing happens. So some news happens. So just be aware of that. Exile the Gods is quite interesting. This is dude, this is definitely a interesting NFT community. These guys, they've exploded all the way to 25 Solana. They fell 4.80. These guys are basically the gods that basically were exiled. But they decided to make this whole community in Solana, basically saying Frank and the team, left them. It's like this whole story, this whole lore, and they've been trying to shield, the exile of the gods for a while. I don't know what's happening here between the gods and them, but they've been playing along. They've been farm engaging these guys. I'm actually quite interested in getting one, but in a way, I feel like I'm betraying Frank. I don't know, and I don't, that's not what I'm feeling. I'm definitely not doing that. But I just want to buy this because it looks like this has potential in what it could be. But I'm hoping Frank somehow, becomes, shakes hands with these guys because I don't know where that whole vibe is happening between the both of them. I hope it goes well, but we'll see. Um, we have Bonksy's also at 1.24. These guys have been dropping like hotcakes. They announced this whole game and like how they're gonna join. They're gonna have these prizes for the winners of this game through Bonk, and then some portion of the fund is gonna go back to the NFT holders. It's been falling ever since, so it's been quite interesting to see how far it's fallen. It's one that I'm actually thinking about maybe joining in. We'll see. Lily is also kind of interesting. You had Bunjo who basically left. He was down in the gutter. He had no more money. Sold the project, and it went up a little bit when it got sold. Now it's coming back down, which is also interesting. DJ News also finally coming back down to its low. You can see here at point zero, when it was at point 12, and it shot up all the way to freaking 2.67, and it's finally coming back down. This is one that I might get in as well. DJ News has been the news source for Solana, and every time something crazy happens, DJ News becomes the trendsetter. So I don't know. Maybe I might buy some. Wait for some day that'll just pop out of nowhere and it'll fall back down. We'll see how that plays out. This is also one that could take a long time to rebuild. So we'll see. As far as like actual projects that could like do well, um hmm, it's kind of hard to see. I mean, you got OK Bears, which is definitely one that could pop back up again. It's at 15. And they always come out with some crazy interesting news, and everything that happens always shoots back up. I mean, Zara was at this moment. Who knows what else is gonna be? And then you have Oogie, which is also, they have a huge community. These guys have a huge community. I'm surprised they're at 0.81, to be honest. At this point, they came out with a game, which is a small game. They're starting off. We'll see how it does, but um, they're definitely a Solana based community. And if you just look at who the people are in this community, you'll definitely feel it. So I really do think that this could probably do well at some point when they keep building. And then Netrunner has 0.60. I sold my bags and it's gone back down to 0.45. This is more of a tax software. Buying it now, probably it's more of like a utility to help you on your Solana taxes. So it's already January. People are not gonna want to buy this. But it's definitely one that I'm probably gonna want to buy 7 months from now, with what happens here, because if you look at this, it happened last time. And let me show you real quick. When it was last year, this thing went all the way up to 7.56 Solana. It had its little move back up here, and at this point, I think Solana was like $8. So like USD value, it's definitely different. Yeah, here it went all the way to $160. This went all the way up to $80 somewhere there. So it's pretty much, I don't want to say it's over, but it's definitely something you gotta wait for a while. Silver key, definitely interesting. And now I'm in USD, so this is one that's interesting. It's still kind of high as far as USD. And the more I go up, the more harder it gets, because it's it still feels the same as far as like where it's at, and you can see USD value still high. So even though it says negative, the true negatives are down here. I would say, I don't know about Bonksy, maybe Bonksy. Yeah. Bouncy's definitely down. Saga Pass. This one is getting interesting. The heist. I probably do want to get one of these bad boys and play this game. I really want to get into crypto gaming with Solana. The heist or Aurora, and definitely start playing those games. Aurora is one I also want to buy. It's also kind of down in some way, if I could find it. But overall, yeah, that's those are a couple of the NFT projects I'm looking at. Magic Ticket, always kind of a an interesting one. They're always building. They're pretty much the one project that has the makes the biggest revenue, and they have their own NFT collection. Just FYI, and yeah, here's a raw rate, 12 Solana. Crazy. But as far as USD value, it's still high. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's changed so much and sold that now it's kind of like that's why I'm using USD because it's so hard to kind of comprehend in your brain because it happens so quick. So but as far as USD, it's still at the same high. So that's crazy. It's still at $1,300. Um Let's see. What else we got? The gods, nah. They've been kind of a little bit off. Lunars, okay. This is Degens. This is the one I basically said I was gonna buy last week, and I did buy. I bought two of them around here somewhere, and then they finally been going up to 212 Solana, and it's been. Let me put this on 4 hour chart. And yeah, it's pretty much 2x already. And I'm gonna still keep them. I'm gonna probably sell one on Friday when the whole Degen token thing stops. And then the next one, if it does go higher, I'll sell that one too. So this one's kind of leveled off here. It's probably gonna grow a little bit more with the whole farm engagement happening right now. Open soul maps. Bam! Open soul maps, man. Look at this thing, freaking at 0.53. Solana still. They've been shooting up. I was trying to buy it right here. I remember when I was trying to buy it here, it was insane. I couldn't buy anything. It's gone up. It's gone back down. This is going to be an interesting one to watch. Open Soul Map 0.50. We'll see where that hits up. Maybe I can clip this a year from now, see if it actually does work. Um, but yeah, that's basically the only ones right now, dude. Man, everything is red, crazy. And yeah, there's a lot of different projects. Experiments is definitely an interesting one. Where's experiments at? Let's see. Where's experiments? Experiments. Where are you at? Uh, man, can't find it. As far as like the big good NFTs, Claynosaurus is definitely always for me. If I'm ever gonna like, if I want to keep a project for the long term, it's always Claynosaurus. Claynosaurus is just they're building an IP like no other, and these guys are gonna do very well if it looks what I think it looks like with their NFT studio and how great they're looking on TikTok with those little clips. I mean, these guys are insanely professional. So out of all the NFT projects, this everything is just like trading here and there. But Cleanosaurus is definitely one for the long run. Those guys, know how to freaking build value on their project. So it's at 36 right now. Oh man, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful project. Went all the way to 70, went down to 7. But let's look at the USD value on Claynosaurus. Um, yeah, still the same. Crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like it makes it look like it lost so much in value, but like dude, so much has gained in Solana that it's still the same. So 4,000 and it's gaining in value. That's what's crazy. So yeah, that's one project. Definitely keep. But yeah, a lot of interesting stuff going on Solana, a lot of crazy stuff, and yeah, can't wait to see you next week when we talk about, or maybe this week I might go live, maybe Thursday, Friday. Again, Merry Christmas, much love. Make sure you like and subscribe. You hit that notification bell. Comment below anything else you want me to talk about, and Merry Christmas to you all. Peace.